I say, yo, welcome to the BBW show. You feel me? We talk battle rap, basketball, and wrestling on a daily basis. Please subscribe to the channel. The topic for today is NBA coaches. Yes, this past season, a lot of coaches got fired. A lot. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I do know what's going on. The first person to blame for a losing team is the coach. Before it's the star player, before it's the owner, they blame the coach. Every team does that. So the coach is the person that they get rid of immediately before they even think about trading the star player or the number 2 option. They always get rid of the coach first. This year, we had a lot of great coaches losing their jobs. You feel me? Let's talk about it. Doc Rivers of the Philadelphia 76ers got fired. Yes, Doc Rivers was up, 3-2 on the Boston Celtics this year. Did not win Game 4. Couldn't win Game 4 to save his life. Now Boston comes back, beats Philadelphia in the second round. Doc Rivers is choked with the Boston Celtics. He's choked with them. They was up 3-2 against LeBron. LeBron went crazy Game 6. Doc Rivers was up, 3-1 against the Houston Rockets with the LA Clippers. Choked. You feel me? He was up, again, 3-1 in a bubble against the Denver Nuggets with the Clippers. Choked. Then this season, he was up 3-2 against the Boston Celtics. Choked. I'm not going to say Doc Rivers is a bad coach, but to me, Doc Rivers is very overrated. Very overrated. He has one championship, and that was like 15 years ago. He's played with super teams. Like I said, the Boston Celtics Big Three. Then Rondo. Then he played with Lob City Clippers. Then Kawhi Leonard and Paul George Clippers. Then he played with Ben Simmons and Harden. Then he played with James Harden and Embiid. It's like, bro, he's played with super teams and he only has one championship to live for. And he only been to the finals, 2 times? 3 times? Overrated coach to me. Super overrated coach. Super overrated. I feel like if you're a championship team, you do not want to hire Doc Rivers. If you're a young team, probably. But if you're a championship team, don't bring in Doc Rivers, bro. He does not have coaching resume. He doesn't. He's not a championship coach to me. So him getting fired from Philly kind of was surprising, but not really. Mike Budenholzer of the Milwaukee Bucks. He just won a ring 2 years ago. He got fired. That was a little bit surprising. Milwaukee lost in the first round this year to the Miami Heat. Giannis didn't play the first 3 games. The last 2 games he did play, they still lost. This was kind of surprising. This was definitely surprising. Milwaukee been a good team all year. They just needed a scapegoat. Mike Budenholzer was definitely the scapegoat for Milwaukee. It's like, bro, we can't blame Giannis. Brook Lopez is a free agent. We can't blame Drew Holiday. We got to blame Mike Budenholzer, fire him, and get rid of him. That's honestly what happened. I expect him to get another job soon, but that was crazy. He's a championship coach to me for sure. I don't know how they've just fired him. Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns. He's the one that made Phoenix good again. Phoenix won in the bubble, 8-0, like 3-4 years ago. After that, they went to the finals. After that, they choked in, the second round last year against the Dallas Mavericks. This year, they got their ass bust, second round. It wasn't Monty Williams' fault. They didn't have no bench this year, and Chris Paul got injured just like he always does. So Phoenix lost to the Denver Nuggets in a 6-game series. Monty Williams, again, scapegoat. They did not blame DeAndre Ayton. I would have been traded DeAndre Ayton. I would have fucked around and traded Chris Paul. It's like, bro, when you have Chris Paul just starting point guard, you have to build around him, preparing that he's going to get injured. You have to do that because he gets injured every year. So you have to build your roster like, okay, when Chris Paul gets injured, we can sub him in, and then we're going to be good. Phoenix did not do that. So once they lost Chris Paul, they definitely had no chance. I don't know who they're gonna get. I don't see Phoenix going to get Doc Rivers. I don't see them going to get Mike Budenholzer. Very surprising. But Monty Williams is going to have a job again. And he's already a one-time coach of the year. He's going to get another job. Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors. He took them to the championship with Kawhi Leonard. He is fired now. That's crazy. I did not see that coming. He lost his job. Toronto was terrible this year. They didn't make no trades. They didn't even they made the play-in. They didn't make no playoffs. Terrible year for Toronto, and they had a lot of talent. Toronto has a lot of talent. You feel me? I just feel like they need a new voice, and I feel like they need a new team. They need a new team, bro. They're tired of playing with each other. Fred VanVleet, Siakam. I feel like they just need a new roster. They need a new roster. And they could have traded probably like 2-3 of their starters and got mad draft picks. I was saying Toronto could have traded their whole starting lineup for like 20 new players and started all over. Now, I don't see this as a rebuild because you just fired your head coach. I don't think it's a rebuild, but I do feel like it's a step in the right direction. Shout out to the Raptors. A former Toronto Raptors coach, Dwayne Casey, he got fired when they traded away DeMar DeRozan. You feel me? He's been playing with the Detroit Pistons the last 4, 5, 6 years. They've been a lottery team. It's not his fault. It's that Detroit is mad young and they have no talent, really. It's not his fault. He's never been to the finals, no championships. But Dwayne Casey's a good coach to me. He's a good coach. I would see Philly going after him. I could see Phoenix going after him. I ain't gonna lie, I could see a lot of people going after Dwayne Casey. Shout out to him. Next, we got Mike D'Antoni. Very polarizing coach. Very polarizing. Everybody know Mike D'Antoni plays no defense. He's a running gun team. No mid-ranges. Straight layups and threes. Mike D'Antoni's never been to the NBA Finals. Never in his career. But the one plus for Mike D'Antoni is you know you're going to get the MVP. Steve Nash was a 2-time MVP under Mike D'Antoni. James Harden was an MVP under Mike D'Antoni. So it's like you know for a fact, if you're the point guard and you have Mike D'Antoni as your coach, you're going to have the ball in your hand a lot, and you're going to get a lot of shots. A lot of shots, you feel me? I feel like that's a plus, bro. Say what you want. I feel like Mike D'Antoni does bring his system into every team he's on. He has that specific system that is good for any team he's on. As long as I got a good-ass point guard, I can make you an MVP. He don't play no defense, though, but I ain't gonna lie. I like Mike D'Antoni as a coach. I do. I like him as a coach. I hope he gets a job this season. I hope he gets a job. Next, we got Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel won the Lakers the championship in the bubble. They fired him, went with Darvin Ham. He's a pretty good coach. He coached Paul George in the Indiana Pacers a few years ago. He coached LeBron and AD in the bubble, like I just said. The thing with Frank Vogel is some people feel like he's not a superstar coach. Like, if you have superstars, they don't want Frank Vogel coaching them. You feel me? Because for some reason, he don't get over the hump unless you got LeBron James. But he's a pretty good coach to me. Last but not least, J.J. Redick. Yes, J.J. Redick, former NBA player for 16 years on the Magics, the Clippers, the Philadelphia 76ers. I think he did a year in Dallas. Shout out to J.J. Redick, you feel me? Right now, he's on First Take almost every day. I love him on First Take, but I feel like J.J. Redick would be a great coach. He's already a player's player, you feel me? He's already a player's analysis. So I feel like he's going to be a player's coach. And he's supposed to have an interview with Toronto Raptors a few months ago or a few weeks ago. We don't know. But I think J.J. Redick would be a great coach. Even if he coached somewhere like Philadelphia. I feel like you could put him in Philadelphia, you feel me? Philadelphia done ran through 3 different coaches. Brett Brown, Doc Rivers, and now somebody else. It's like, bro, give J.J. Redick a chance. Give him a chance. Philadelphia does not lose because of their players. They lose because of Embiid and their ownership. Let's be honest, bro. They lose because of ownership and because their players choke at the wrong point in time. Ben Simmons choked a few years ago. This year, James Harden and Joel Embiid choked. These are my coaches, free agents, you feel me? Not even in the top 10. Just some marquee coaches that's on the market right now that I expect to have a job. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with more.